Hi everyone, and welcome back to True Stories to Learn English. Today's story is full of mystery, tragedy, and imagination. It's about Mary Shelley, the woman who wrote Frankenstein, one of the most famous books in the world. Let's discover her amazing life and learn English along the way. Mary Shelley was born on August 30th, 1797 in London, England. Her full name was Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin. Her parents were famous writers. Her mother, Mary Wollstonecraft, wrote about women's rights. Her father, William Godwin, was a political thinker and novelist. But something very sad happened. Mary's mother died just 11 days after Mary was born. So she grew up with her father and a lot of books. Mary didn't go to school like other children. She learned at home and she loved to read. She once said she learned to read by tracing the letters on her mother's tombstone. Creepy, but true. In 1814, when Mary was only 16 years old, she met Percy Bysshe Shelley, a young poet. They fell in love, but there was a problem. Percy was already married. Even so, Mary and Percy ran away together. They travelled through France and Switzerland. Life was not easy. They had little money, people judged them, and sadly, they lost their first baby. But Mary and Percy stayed together. They believed in love, freedom, and in writing. In the summer of 1816, Mary and Percy visited Lake Geneva in Switzerland. They stayed at a house with the famous poet Lord Byron and a few friends. But the weather was terrible, cold, rainy, and dark. They spent days inside reading ghost stories. One night, Lord Byron said, "Let's each write a scary story." Everyone loved the idea, but Mary had no idea what to write. Then one night, she had a dream. In her dream, a scientist creates life, but the result is a monster. That dream became her story, Frankenstein. She started writing it when she was just 18 years old. It was published in 1818 when she was 20. Today, it's known as one of the first science fiction books ever written. Mary's life was full of pain. She had 4 children, but only one survived. Then in 1822, something terrible happened. Percy Shelley died in a storm at sea. He was only 29. Mary was 24 and now a widow, but she was strong. She returned to England and continued writing. She published novels, short stories, and biographies. She also worked hard to share Percy's poetry with the world. Mary Shelley died on February 1st, 1851, at the age of 53, but her story lives on. Frankenstein is more than a scary book. It asks big questions. What is life? What happens when humans try to act like God? Can science go too far? Mary Shelley changed literature forever. And remember, she did it all as a young woman, in a time when women were not encouraged to write, especially horror stories. Mary Shelley's life was full of mystery, sadness, and strength. And now you know her story, and you practiced your English. See you next time for more True Stories to Learn English.